Hello. I am, so I'm back from my 3 weeks in the UK. Pretty great trip. Got to meet some good friends and my partner. Very fun. Just getting settled back in. And I figured what better way to settle with, a little bit of Stanley Parable. Hello. Welcome to the stream. It's a guy from Adrenaline Dubs. It in fact is. Hello. Trying to find, don't they have a chat widget on OBS? I can't find it. View. Docs. I don't know where that is. When I was messing with the last Adrenaline Dub stream remotely, I was seeing that, I think. But I don't know where it is now. I'm gonna call with some pals. Hello. I'm gonna call with some pals, and we're just chilling. Uh-oh. Yeah, UK was quite nice. Wouldn't mind living there someday if fate ever makes it so. Windows is acting a little weird in my end. So I'm gonna quickly unmute now. Hello.
Hello.
Yep, got my good
Hello.
pals, and I'm just gonna jump right in.
I made it.
Okay, cool. It's all working, streaming nice.
Yeah. AV rated.
Screen to subtitle language. English.
French. French Heist.
Have played the Stanley Parable before. Should I do no or yes?
Yes.
Adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. There has to be something here.
No, this is actually just brightness.
Okay.
It's whatever you prefer.
The UK is pretty nice. The current time. $4.20.
I think the UK sucks.
Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Copyright striked. I don't think so. Field of view, crank it up all the way to 90.
Hey, do me a favor.
Oh, you can do one-handed walking. What?
No, you know what? Never mind. Oh, don't worry about it. I was gonna tell you something, but I'm not even on. The no anti-alias purist.
Yeah, well also, I don't trust, it just says AA. I don't trust like that. Sorry to say.
That's right.
Ooh, Caesar's gonna be so mad.
I don't know if it's going to be MSAA.
Couldn't tell you.
Content warnings. Interesting.
Hold on.
Kaiser. Okay. Go for it.
All right. So this is a Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Oh, thank you, Jonathan Vo. Or Vo. I don't know if that's voiceover or if that's actually a last name. But at any rate, thank you very much. Yeah, I noticed I hit 14,000 subscribers on the dot the other day. Somebody else commented about it on one of my videos, which is cool. Yeah. Let's begin. This is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
A remake and extension of Stanley Parable, the original
Stanley worked for a
source
company
game
in a
released in
big
2013
building
or so.
where he was employee
I'll just look this
number
up.
427.
One of the greatest games ever. by the
Employee
way.
number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Caesar better not
telling him
cry.
what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
I think he is. I
And
gotta.
although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I'm gonna turn down this FOV. I'm assuming it's not the source FOV calculation, so whatever it was by default was fine, I guess. Interesting. How the hell are you so expressive and emotional in your voice? I do not understand. I don't know. I mean, it probably has to do with the fact that I'm a voice actor, but I don't know. I've just kind of always talked like this, I guess. Well, I guess I haven't always talked like this, but whatever.
He's been eating up those beans that
Can I do anything in here?
Like you just step out of the office.
No, I know that. I've played the original. I just want to know if they added anything to do here. Oh, I see how...
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that.
I see how the one button, or
This
one-handed
couldn't go
walking
anywhere
works.
except
That's cool.
badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to.
Yeah, I don't have
He
any
will be
spoilers
told
aside from the
what to
content
do.
that's from the original
Now
Stanley
it's
Parable.
just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh. We're right back. Loads a lot faster than the original. So the original was running on Source, and that worked pretty well. Looked kind of like a Portal 2 mod. This is running on Unity, although so far they've definitely gotten the feel pretty close to the original, which is nice. Wouldn't want to abandon that Source feel at all, I feel.
There's nothing in the office right now.
Yeah, I know. Aside from closing the door.
Yeah, besides that ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey,
I wouldn't say it's a spooky game. It has some spooky themes to it sometimes. It's not like totally horror. It's just kind of it's a cheeky game. Whoa.
do me a favor. Go back into the first room.
Will it let me?
Yeah. Okay, click on door 430 5 times.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to
Yeah,
click the
I
door
unlocked
20
the achievement.
times.
You can't jump.
I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
What'd he say?
3 times.
20.
20.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true
What's up?
effort for a noble cause.
It is very
Perhaps 50
backroomsy.
clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly.
It is a very liminal space type game at its absolute spookiest. It's literally just. What'd he say?
50.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417.
It's gonna be, I think, 2 rooms ahead. So,
Oh, I see.
yeah, it's gonna be not that one.
This is literally a prop from I think Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're getting away with using that. Actually, no, I do. They have a source license.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
It's going good so far. 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
It's a very meta game. I really, really loved the original Source release. Well, actually, there were 2 of them. There was a Source mod, which was just a Half-Life 2 mod that you needed Half-Life 2 to own. And then there was a standalone Source version that looked basically exactly like this, much spiffier than the Source mod version. And then there's this.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Was it in? No, it wasn't in here.
Yeah, it was back there. It's that desk to the, yeah, right there.
Oh my god, they let you climb on it.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
He was not this loud in, he wasn't this vibrant in the original. That's fun.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really
This
earned
is
it,
the Stanley Parable
Nothing
Ultra
could hold you
Deluxe.
back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Okay.
Spectacular.
Now let's keep going. Yeah, this narrator is great. He has a cameo in Black Mesa, which is really funny. He plays one of the,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You already know what I'm about to do.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
They have, parallax-corrected reflections now, which is something that their version of Source could not do. You can see that it actually looks like it's reflecting those lights, even though it's just completely faked. And it's not screen space either, because you can see that they don't disappear when they go off screen. That's cool. Lots of nice little things now that they're using Unity.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all.
That looks
just
like
to
an
spend
AI
a few moments
upscaled
here in
prop
this
from
immaculate,
Counter-Strike.
beautifully constructed
Yeah,
room.
it is. What
Stanley
the hell?
simply stood here, drinking it all
I
in.
mean, you might as well use the props to the props from Counter-Strike if you have the rights to them.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished,
You can't jump,
here
by the
you
way.
sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Oh yeah, they've just AI upscaled the textures. Well, some of
At
them.
this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Number one
It's
dad.
possible that this is why everyone left.
Can't get anything from the vending machine. That's a shame.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
What's up?
This reminds me of Half-Life.
I don't know if the narrator has any more dialogue. I don't know how long I need to wait. Wish I could brew a fresh pot.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
You know what? Let's listen to him. This room looks
And so he
interesting.
detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I think I go down.
The
Heated debate.
non-listener.
Uh-oh.
non-
That's
the
something I can't
non-belief.
show.
Why?
But Stanley didn't
James,
want to go
don't
back
send
to the
me
office.
NDA
He wanted
shit
to
while
wander
I'm
about and get
playing.
even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Upscaling can be spotty, yeah. I think with a lot of these props, though, it works better because they're
Oh,
realistic
no.
textures.
No, it's to the right, my mistake.
Yeah, you can see a lot of upscale textures here, although it does work.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Hold on. Trying to see what this message is. Okay. Yeah, that's something that I... National Maps. Something that I can't show, and I hope that the Telegram notification didn't show either, because
No, I didn't.
No.
Okay.
This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Hey, do you
decided
remember
to
the
go to
ending with
meeting room.
Minecraft in it?
Perhaps he had simply
Yes.
missed a memo.
Okay, you should try that again sometime.
I don't remember how to get to the Minecraft ending.
When Stanley...
I'll just find it.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything
This is Ultra
when you were
Deluxe.
back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Yeah, there was a Minecraft ending in the original. I'd actually suggest you, Rago, to refrain from mentioning the endings, even if they're from the original game.
Okay.
Just because, like, I know there's probably people in the chat who have not played either version.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a Minecraft ending in the original.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember how to get that thing.
I'll say it.
I'll tell you
This
later.
is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better
No,
than this.
it's not you, Genesis.
Okay,
We're
let's
talking
give it a
Rago.
shot. Why not?
Okay, I guess we'll just restart.
Good luck.
There's going to be something
All
to
of his
this.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I wonder if there's any significance to those.
There is the one with the input.
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh my god.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest.
Reminds me of that part in Cold War.
Is this the story?
Or
yeah,
well, like the Cold War reminded me of this
recall, but I believe my story took place in an office
This looks
building.
new, though.
Is that correct?
Or just something that I didn't...
Do you remember,
I like how
Stanley?
if this is new,
Well,
then
know
it's
what?
cool how even the
Since
new
I've
content
completely
just
forgotten
looks like
what we were
Half-Life 2
supposed
maps.
to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
The backroom
Some
similarities
people win
are
fair and
probably...
square, and
I
this
feel
was
like it's
not
more
one
like
of
the
those
backrooms were
situations.
inspired by...
I'm getting weirded
like
out.
stuff
Stanley
like
Parable.
stuff like
I
Stanley
don't care
Parable.
what might happen this time.
It also helps
I
that Stanley
have to
Parable started on
restart.
Source Engine, which
Yeah.
is pretty notorious for those sorts of like creepy
All
backrooms-ish
right,
levels.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
The adventure line.
Adventure line. Come on, grab his friend.
You see?
I'm
The
sorry.
line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music
for it,
to
yes.
lighten the mood.
You're afraid? Oh, no. What?
Dude. Really?
That is Hoxton.
Yeah.
Is that Hoxton?
Yes.
What the fuck? Oh no. Oh shit, this is like... Oh, this is non-Newtonian. What the hell is this shit?
I fucking love that shit. And
That
they do
is
it
just-
so well.
Yeah.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to
I
miss
like the
anything.
swaying. I like to have the mental idea that they switched to Unity specifically so that they could get a tree swaying shader that didn't suck balls, because the tree swaying shader in Source is pretty broken.
Like
it
I
works
said,
fine.
this
Wait, what?
this game
We're back at the
this
office.
game is very
No, Line,
like,
you didn't know we're
one-to-one.
looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Uh-oh. I'm just not going to go into that room because we've already been there.
That's where you have to go.
Is that where I have to go?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. How did we end up back at the start? What the fuck?
The adventure line.
Oh, the adventure line. You silly little man.
You silly.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
By the way, here's
Why don't we
something
simply
that
start wandering in. Well, I don't know.
I can talk
How
about that
this
I don't think
direction?
you'll do. So there was an old speedrun strat that people used to do in the 2013 version of the game. That would get you the speedrun achievement, and you'd have to do a glitch pretty much to clip through shit. Now, if you clip through it and
Now,
fall to the
yes,
very bottom of a
this is
pit,
exciting.
there's
Just
actually
me and
like
Stanley
dialogue
forging
and a new
path,
ending
a new
associated to you
story. Well,
fucking
it
it
could be
up.
anything.
Oh, that's
What do you
hilarious.
want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Oh,
Whatever
God.
it might be, Stanley.
Oh,
I'm
dear
ready
God.
for it.
Can I go all the way back, or does this just loop in both directions? Oh, I can go all the way back. Wait. Yes, I can. Okay. I think I'll just keep going.
I wonder how something like this looks like from the top.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to be a boundary break episode. I mean, there might be about the original Stanley Parable. I know you could do it pretty easy. You could probably do it pretty easily.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to
You
veto
to
the line
trademark.
from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
The line.
Thought there was
Ah,
a door
a
there or
choice.
something.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
What do you think?
Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
What?
Ow.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me
That's
that's what
Text
this
Mesh
is?
Pro.
It's all one
Except
giant
that,
ending?
that's texture.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
Whoa.
I was reading the schedule. That's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow.
The scary thing is I don't even know if we're still in that ending or not.
But eager to get back to business,
And
Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Jump on
this
yeah.
time. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley? All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know
like how it was red on the
what's out
subtitles?
there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Unity having different random number generation.
Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours.
Not sound quite the same in terms of the way that they repeat
what did
in
you
the original,
want to see?
but that's okay.
Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The fucking buzzing it makes when you get close to it.
Yep.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Minecraft one?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of
Very
family
source
life.
fire.
I think the art world will really
Impressive.
take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about
Dude, this
4
part
hours.
is so
why don't
loud.
you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh my god!
Ah, fascinating. What do you think this
Fucking
game is about,
Firewatch.
Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians
Oh my God,
below
that's
you
hilarious.
from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Hey, do me a favor and listen really close
Yes,
to the
that must
door
be.
sound.
What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental
When it opens.
depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Yep. They use that in another place too.
One way.
Wrong.
I'm way slower in this fucking level.
Just like Firewatch.
Yeah.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh,
Shit.
thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Oh my fucking god!
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
It's fucking Rocket League, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Oh my god, I can go faster.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Oh my god.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best.
Ah, can't go
Take
up the
care,
walls.
Stanley.
Can you go into the gold?
Oh yeah, I bet you can. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it, you know.
Oh god, it's the source mod.
Is that the fucking Minecraft grass stepping
No,
sound?
no, that's the gravel sound from Source Engine.
Oh,
Hello, welcome.
welcome.
Oh my god, this is just freaky to look at. These combine computers. Oh,
I wonder what he
Oh.
found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Can you move around? Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I wonder
Perhaps
if
he
this
had
is still
simply missed a
confusion.
memo.
oh my god.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable
Is this a
Ultra
Help Wanted
Deluxe.
reference?
Oh, well, this sounds delightful.
Okay,
I'm
so
very
somebody
excited
mentioned
to
Help
see the
Wanted in
thrilling
the,
new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the
Source
beginning
ass
of a
elevator
mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's
Dashcon ball
the
pit.
jump circle.
I like the duct tape. That's a really good touch.
Don't use all of them.
Why?
They're important.
All the jumps?
Yeah, I promise.
Oh, okay.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Sorry, I had to check something.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
The hell? Let's see if that's actually an achievement. Oh yeah, it is an achievement. Kinda wish I unlocked it at that scene.
Which one?
Test achievement.
I'm gonna let you figure that one out.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to... Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares? Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
That's great.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just
What is this
our
CS:GO
little
shit?
secret. Take a look.
There's a game called the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
sorry, trying to put this. Oh my god, this is such a pain in the ass fucking styrofoam box. Oh my god, that's stupid.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
I said in Russian.
Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
My first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013.
That's an old Firefox.
Yeah.
Linguists identify 15,000-year-old ultra-conserved words. 6 components of a great corporate culture. I think those might just be real.
Yeah, those are real.
If you try to cheat in this game, you get sent to the serious room.
No, that's in the original. I don't know how to open the console anymore.
Might just be dash console in the launch options or something. I don't know.
Who knows?
It's got the taped on.
The taped on BAFTA.
Awarded to The Last of Us 2014. Stanley Parable. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Good times. Wow. Smiled because it happened. The demonstration. Dude, the demo was like, I already wanted to buy the game, but the demo was really what convinced me. Because the demo is literally a completely different game from the fucking main game.
Yeah, it is.
Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Oh my god. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Colleges show uneven effort to enroll poor. But a small creature owns the other half. Oh my god. Oh. The glandly starable. I stare at glands. And I stare at glands as well.
They did get nominated. That is true.
Yeah, shame it didn't win.
Fine, what lovely glands you have.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim,
I like to stab
it was
at Dear
Persona
Us-
3,
at Dear
it was
Usher.
all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh shit, I just straight up missed the vocal song part. That's a shame.
The
Fortune
what?
cookie. A new friend will help you break out of an old routine.
Is that true?
I don't know.
I haven't had a fortune cookie in fucking ages.
Go get one.
I can't.
Source SDK.
That collector's edition looks awesome.
It does. Let me see it again. That's dope. Comes with a tie. With the adventure
Oop.
line. That's cool.
Look at the Source SDK box.
Where's that?
On one of the podiums.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here's
Source
another
SDK.
moving
Move
passage,
objects.
This time
Create
from
levels.
GameSpot.
Graphics.
Upgrade.
The Stanley Parable
A genuine
is a
software.
richly stimulating
back to-
commentary on the nature of choice
How do we
in
look at the back?
games, and one that offers some of the most
kinda hard to
enjoyable,
look at.
surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game
Welcome
was
to the
perfect.
levels.
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting
Repeatable
dust
carpet
in the hallowed
textures.
hall of beloved
Missing
video
coworker
game
scenario.
memories.
Grass trial version. Meeting boring.
6 royalty-free
That's good.
designs.
Never before seen. Hard to look at those backs. Mm.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all
The
over again.
Serious Room 2013. That's the cheating area.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
Oh, it's getting red.
What's this? What's down here? Oh no.
Steam
No.
reviews.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in
Source engine
years.
assets.
I can't even imagine what's being collecting down
Steam
here.
reviews.
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I like how they blur out people's reviews, but then don't blur out their icons.
This is the thing that troubles me, for I cannot forget. I don't feel like reading that.
Yeah, it's just I have to, like
Funny.
to squint. And then you have the fucking
Okay,
the
let's
recommended
see what this
reviews
one
that are
says.
upside down.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive
Afflicted
reviews
boss
of the
code.
Stanley Parable.
Oh my
That's
God.
my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's
Oh,
the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's...
Let's not skip this
there's
one.
really only so much I can ramble on to myself
let him
about.
go.
I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Let's give him like 5 minutes or something. Probably gonna be longer than that. Maybe we'll give him 2 minutes.
I'm a loud ass dog.
Skip. All right.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2
Is that
weeks.
plant dead?
I've been sitting
What?
here all that time.
Is that
just
plant
sitting
dead?
here, not a single
Yes.
person to speak
Yes.
with.
Fine.
And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying
God.
nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always?
Dude.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
Dude.
What is that?
Dude, that
God.
hurts. It hurts.
Was that a
It's
carbon
fire.
monoxide detector?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us.
Dude. You're effed up.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Oh my god. Oh god. Bright.
The open air.
Jesus.
Every time you skip, it gets longer. Went from 12 hours to a couple weeks to
Oh
a
my
couple
fucking
months,
god.
to a couple months to years to who knows how long you're skipping now.
Pretty fucking long, probably.
Especially if you're getting vegetation and stuff growing through the
Yeah.
ground.
I like that it's so bright from the fucking sunlight that it's actually just filling the room with green light. It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Getting worse.
Holy shit. That's not good.
Presses it again.
Oh my
after
god.
What's up there?
Congratulations, you can no longer skip it.
I'm gonna wait for it to turn back on.
You broke it. You've officially broken it.
It really is broken.
You've officially broken the skip button.
Oh my god.
Congrats.
What the hell? You can never do this in Source. Maybe Source 2.
Source 2, yeah, definitely. I mean, people are making like Mario Odyssey and Sandbox.
Ooh. Oh, we're all the way back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
The
the
thing is,
meeting
you-
room.
you never
Perhaps
know
he had
if-
simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
You never know when you're still in an ending, and well,
It keeps the line very, very thin,
You
and it's
see,
kind of up
Stanley,
to you to
I've
figure out
been
if you can see the
reflecting on the
differences or
Stanley
not.
parable and about how
Yeah.
roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
fuck.
Which is why I'm
This is so
very
dark.
proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel. That's fucking awesome.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe,
that's
don't
great.
you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh my god. Oh, that reminds me of the fucking PowerPoint that I worked on while I was on my 7-hour flight. I
Huh?
should show it. I worked on a presentation while I was on the 7-hour flight.
Now, to be clear, I
He
haven't
was
quite
just that
nailed down
bored.
what exactly the Stanley
really
Parable
was.
2 is going to be.
Because I didn't
But
want
let's
to watch
take a look at
anything
some
because
of
I
the
fucking
features I've
didn't
been
have earbuds.
developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting
Whiteboard.
concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
True. New features.
The new content bus. Oh my fucking god. Holy
Here
shit.
we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Holy shit. This is fucking massive.
Make sure you check out all the features.
Yep. Red is the new orange. A whole new office.
The infamous buzzing.
The baby is all grown up. Bankruptcy. Please no screenshots. Oh damn it! It doesn't complain at you for taking a screenshot. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Hey, I am Jim.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Jim.
Yes, you see, what a thrill,
I like
what a
it.
rush. That was you.
I
The
should
button
tell
described you.
I
Do
should
it again,
tell
do it
him to
again.
play this.
Oh,
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
Jim.
Otherwise,
Jim.
soon you'll
Jim.
start to lose all
Jim.
sense of
Jim.
who you
Jim.
actually are.
Jim. Jim.
I'm Jim. Oh my god. Okay.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion,
The
it makes
face
you
app.
realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Oh my god.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Can we get any of this merch?
not in real life, not yet.
They're definitely going to sell this.
Oh, I know there.
And it will solely be Stanley Parable 2 merch, not Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe or Stanley Parable. Just
Yep.
Stanley Parable 2 merch.
Yep. Did you do the bucket?
I did not. I will do the bucket next. Welcome, Cat, to the stream.
Yo, welcome.
Welcome.
A common
Sorry, I'm
complaint
saying
of the
too much.
Stanley
I'm
Parable
real
was that
tired.
it was confusing
good.
and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Okay.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
The buckets.
And in fact, can I say that I do believe the
Very,
bucket
very
lends you an
high-quality
air of
bucket
charisma
model.
as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the
This
bucket
game
seem to
looks
go on
really
and
good
on,
for a
don't
game
they?
that's trying to look like a
All
fucking
this and
Source
more
Engine game.
await
And
you
Source
in
Engine
the
is not
Stanley
one of the
Parable
best
2.
looking engines nowadays. It can be. Source 2 certainly is, but Source 1
Does anyone
is...
give out awards
little-
for most
little
enjoyable
rough around the
bucket in a
edges visually.
video game? That really should be an award
Welcome
if
to
it
stream,
isn't
Ryan.
already.
So nice, I got bucket. Oh my fucking god. This game was being made for like 6 years or so, so like... I feel like there is definitely an NFT joke somewhere. Collectibles. Collect them all.
Are you going to get the collectibles?
Ah,
Oh my god.
collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
Oh my
In
god.
the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley
Yeah, you keep
figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely.
I'm guessing you can find
tragic.
more.
Yes.
Free new and easy achievement.
You can find all 6, but I'll tell you just to save your time, they're not here.
Okay, yeah, I figured. Stanley Parable 2. Trophy. Free achievement. It just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test
Oh.
achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
Oh.
Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise
Yeah,
it will
upscaled
happen.
fragile. Nothing back here. That's a shame. Is there a way to fix this machine yourself?
Yes. I'm not gonna tell you how though. You...
Is it in this room?
No, it's not in this room at all. You can't fix it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Infinite hole.
Oh boy.
That's not the way of the infinite hole.
Yeah.
Do you love hole?
Holy moly, how deep can we dig? Concrete contemplations. Plain reinforced pre-stressed precast lightweight bag of C-Smart polymer. How to look at concrete and how to not look at it. Awesome. I should get my issue with that.
Concrete.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious
those it will
concoctions, if
be.
I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Oh, it's got one of those fucking
Now, I don't mean to be a
Shepherd
bomber,
tones.
but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I don't know if there's anything else to do down here.
No, do it again.
Great.
Yeah, go up to
Now,
service.
I'm very... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on
What did
forever
he
till the end
say?
of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Uh-oh.
Congratulations.
Stuck in the infinite hole. Oh my god. If Stanley started cranking it, what would the narrator do? Well, what do we think?
Depends on the definition of cranking.
I think we know.
90s?
Coming. Change your perspective. Oh. Whoa. What is this? That's amazing. Change your perception? Oh.
My head's stronger, but you're no longer. You
Change your reality. Change your perspective again, then change the reality.
The fuck?
Scary.
What is this music?
Scary.
Change the reality. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh. Oh, what the fuck? Change yourself. The
Go.
dogs.
Go to the front facing angle and then start changing them. There's different there's different things per perspective per self. Go through them all. Upside down.
Oh, I see what they did. That's a fucking... It's just a series of images.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny. I was like...
Stanley?
It's like photorealistic.
Stanley! Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn
They had a couple of them that
fascinating
were
that I
hand-drawn,
want you to be
too.
wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just
They got
pop
like a
in from
Tumblr
time to
artist
time
in there.
and wake you up
Yeah,
to
but
keep you
you know,
really,
you
truly
know
focused
exactly
on
what
the
I mean if you
hole.
saw it.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh, we get more. I'm assuming. Oh. This is a long one, this loader. Oh. It just put us right back.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Can we get another bucket?
No.
Can I put it back?
No.
Oh, it's just the button that says gym now. Wonder if this achievement's fixed yet. Nope. The jump circle.
It's back.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
I'm assuming I still don't want to use all of them.
They do save those. I used all of them in the circle, and then I couldn't use them anymore.
Wonder what you can use them for later.
I don't know, because I lost all of them, and I can't get them back unless I, like, fully reset everything, and I'm not... At the point where I'm at, I'm not resetting everything.
That has some crazy implications.
Yeah, and I'm gonna leave it at that, too.
Mostly infinite hole. Settings world champion. That's new.
That's new.
Yeah. Epilogue. What?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you've seen everything, so you can leave. The settings world champion door is blocked by an achievement in which you literally need to go to... I don't know if you could do it in-game. I think it has to be done in the main menu. But you have to slowly bring all of the sliders up and down and toggle all of the options, including audio. You have to go one at a time, and then bring it back to 0. You have to go all the way. Yeah, you can do arrow keys, and then back to 0, and then to 5, whatever, or to max it out. You just have to fuck with each and every one of them. So what I do is I go down, and then I max it out. And then I just kind of leave it there. And then, yeah, same thing with field of view. Up, all the way down. And then you gotta toggle all the individual settings. I don't know if it'll open in-game. It might be a main menu thing, but if you go to the main menu, you have to restart the whole thing, and that's not fun. Also, I don't think anyone can see on stream when achievements pop up, so if you don't get it, it's probably a main menu thing. But you can come back here.
Oh god, we have more menus to go through.
You don't have to mess with graphics, by the way.
Or audio.
You do have to mess with audio. And the color labels and the content warnings. Yep. If it doesn't come up, it's a main menu thing, unfortunately.
Did you already try it in game?
I tried it in game and it didn't work, but then I tried it another time in game and it did. So I don't know how finicky it is.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
No, it's a shame he doesn't have like a meta commentary about the volume slider.
Yeah.
That's a real missed opportunity.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named...
I think if you don't get it here, the thing is that you might... It might be that you can't get it specifically in that area. Because I don't remember if I got it in-game or not. I think I might have done it in the main menu. And I was just kind of playing with stuff and it popped up. Yeah. Definitely not. Unfortunate.
I'll check the messages. How do I leave? Do I just begin the game again?
No. No, oh my god. There's an actual exit. Through there. Not through here. Through, where the collectibles hall is.
Oh.
And then to the left. And then there, yep. There it is. Alright, I'm gonna get food. I'm gonna let you play this.
Alright.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Wonder if we get a new chance to do this. This menu background's actually dope.
Hi. Oh, are you on the Stanley Parable 2 now?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if the settings work here.
It
This menu
will.
background is cool.
Huh?
This menu background is actually cool.
Yeah. By the way, it actually stays like this now.
What?
It's, yeah.
Oh my god.
I will tell you this. Because I think you'd appreciate it. Part of the experience is you legitimately, and I do mean this, you have to open and close the game several times.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, did you go into controls and make sure you toggled simplified controls too?
Simplified controls.
Yeah, it's in controls.
Am I supposed to for this thing?
Yes, but do it after you do the audio.
Yeah.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
You think you can make me a nice thumbnail that's in the style of most of the other thumbnails
This is the story of a man
that I do for my streams?
Me?
Yes.
This is the story of a man
Yeah, let me
named
look at them.
Stanley.
Yeah, I could probably. Yeah, I could probably do something. Yeah, I got
Remember,
this.
the
Hold
stream
on.
is called The Stanley.
Yeah, I could do it for you. Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me open paint.net. I got this. What's the res for YouTube thumbnails usually?
Anything 16 by 9, so like 720p will work. I usually do 720p or 1080p.
Okay.
But anything that's 16 by 9 will work.
Okay.
So is Ultra Deluxe technically just the Stanley Parable 2 then?
Yes.
That's great. And you don't need to set video settings or anything?
No.
I'm gonna do that just in case.
I didn't put it in. I got it.
I got settings world champion.
There you go. Okay, now, here's what you have
This
to
is
do.
the story of a man named
I'm
Stanley.
gonna see if you'll see it. You could just play. You're gonna want to go to the meeting room.
Stanley
So-
worked for a company in a
God.
big building when he was employee number 427. Employee number 427.
Does begin the game again
job
literally
was
just
simple.
start you from square
He
one?
sat at his desk in room 427
No.
and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Oh, like a
Orders
fresh
came to
playthrough?
him through a
Yeah.
monitor on his desk,
Yes.
telling him
That's
what buttons to push,
very useful, but-
how long to push them, and in what order.
It'll
This
be
is
useful
what
for
employee
what you
427
should do
did
next.
every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on this thumbnail.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay. So. Yes. Good. Yeah, there's shit that's tied to that too.
the computers and shit on subsequent playthroughs.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
So
and
go to the
entered
left.
the door on his left.
I think it should be doing the thing, unless it wants you to restart it a couple times.
Still no
Oh
one was
no,
here.
yeah. Okay,
Stanley
I guess
needed
so.
the bucket's warmth.
Begin the game again.
No, like you
Some
actually have to
comfort now
close
more
the
than
game
ever.
and open it.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find
Like in its
answers.
entirety. Yeah. You have to close it and open it a good couple times.
All right.
Trying to get you all hooked up on this.
Don't do 420 again.
Favorite time. All right. That's awesome.
Reboot it.
Again?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
I'll tell you when you can stop rebooting it. It's a very particular like set of directions that you have to follow in order to get shit to pop. Because you're playing the sequel. You're playing the sequel. But
Skate or die.
Stefan Torty. Your favorite time of day.
You know, it's honestly largely
almost-
accurate. It's like 7:42 over here. PM, not AM, but
It's fairly accurate. I'd do it again.
oh my god.
The biggest loop of the game is not playing the game, it's setting the game up.
Feels like 90% of PC gaming. Oh my god.
Got it. I'm team Scrum Tush because I think Akubwinkle is ugly because there's a K in it. Scrum Tush is to the point.
Should I adjust?
No.
Just yes?
Yeah.
think. No?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
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 No.
No.
Oh.
No, I closed again?
Yep.
Oh my god.
They want you to come back and visit. Yeah, that's why I told you to make sure you set the times. I don't know how to make this shit pop up if you don't set the time. Okay, so now you play the game. And you can skip this. Okay. I need to see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I think you can go to the meeting room again, and if I remember
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
How come you're not in the Adrenaline Hub Discord server? Because I'm not streaming on the Adrenaline channel.
Yes.
Although I'd probably have a bigger audience if I were, but I mean, it's not something.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Oh.
Perhaps his boss's office
Okay,
was
do
where
you
he
know what the
found
freedom
answers.
ending is?
I
Where
do
you
not.
just beat. Okay, you just beat the game as usual. So
Okay.
go through it. I can kind of point you in the direction.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I've never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
You suck. And you You suck, man.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Can I still go in?
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever...
Coming to a staircase,
Left for
Stanley
dead.
and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines. The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the
Screen
bucket
shakers
under the
spot on the
mind
source.
control facility's influence as well? Had the
Yeah.
bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Do these buttons have any significance?
If you turn on the mind control machine, yes, but for you turning it off, which I think is what you're supposed to do, no. Do a mass hell portal.
What? Oh.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Oh, the House of the Dead remake is on Steam?
Yes.
What?
Fucking awesome.
Wait, what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Now you can go to the
Perhaps he
meeting
had
room.
simply missed a memo.
Do I take
That
the
is...
bucket?
Yeah, you can take the bucket.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away
Okay.
as Stanley embraced the bucket.
So, you're gonna go to the meeting room. I'm kind of gonna point you through this because it's a little hard to figure out on your own. And I had to figure it out on my own. And I couldn't find anything,
Stanley
like,
clutched
for
the bucket
the
tightly
first
to
2
his
days of
chest
launch.
and entered the door on his left.
For obvious reason, but... Okay. So look at the... Yeah. So look at the
Bottom
whiteboard.
text.
So you got 2 of them. Okay. So. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna point you through. So go to the boss's office again.
Private but smelly place for an important person.
Yeah, that's gonna be his bathroom.
Yeah.
Do me a favor
Coming
first.
to a
Also, go down the
staircase,
stairs.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs
All the
to
way
the
down.
boss's office.
Yep.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Okay. Nope. Go all the way up. The bathroom right there behind you. Yep.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
You can go in here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by
What
the
was it
weight
again?
of this revelation,
2845.
Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding
Did you
him?
get the one that was on the side here?
Yes. This is certainly the most logical
No,
explanation.
inside there.
Inside here?
Yeah, I think to the right.
I think I did.
The one behind there? Yeah, you got that one. Okay. You can restart it.
What do you mean?
Like, begin again.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then don't take the
All of
bucket
his
this time.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So you're gonna go in the door to the right, rather than the left. And no bucket, because the bucket fucks everything up.
Hmm.
Unfortunately.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really
Gonna
been
go all the
worth
way
the
straight
detour
into
after
the
all,
cargo
but
room.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. You see the little ramp with the boxes to the left? Yeah. Go up there. Make sure you don't kill yourself. Yep.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlerines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlerines. None of us can.
Okay, I don't know if you can get back up. I don't think you can.
What happens if I... Oh. The hell?
Stanley
This is
had now
another
gotten
ending, I think.
himself so far off the
Huh?
beaten path.
This is
that
another
it seemed
ending, I
the
think.
office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path.
Oh my
That
God.
it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the
You
office
didn't
had
think I
begun
was
from
actually
so
just a
far off the
recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Okay. So you're gonna go to
All
the
this
cargo room
coworkers were
again,
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
and
go
then
to
you're
the
gonna
meeting
jump
room. Perhaps
onto
he
the
had simply
catwalk,
missed a memo.
and then I'll guide you through it again.
No bucket.
No bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Now where to?
Onto the podium, and then you jump onto the catwalk again.
Podium?
Not the podium, the fucking lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What?
Oh.
Really?
Oh my
And we're in the
god.
middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for
That was
others?
close.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
All right.
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here, and now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay. Begin the game
Now
again.
listen carefully.
Oh, there was no fade. The hell?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Wonder if we
Just
can get the
one more
vocal song
time.
this time.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Oh, hold on. Leave a message from me out the ass. Ah, shit. People keep asking me about the Zombot voices. They're like, do we need to add the effects? It's like, no, I have a consistent filter that I use for all Zombot voices.
Yeah.
And here was the second Stanley.
What happens when
You
you
found
edit
this one
people.
all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you
We
remember?
went under the stairs, right?
No, it was the boss's bathroom. I'm fairly sure, at least.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
No. The boss's bathroom was the 4th place.
Liar!
You found the thick Anley, not the
Liar!
3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the boss's bathroom feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments? Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Uh-oh.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh! Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
By the way, I do want to let you know that they've recorded different footage for every one of these because how the order you pick them up changes the video you get.
Oh my fucking god. Oh. Oh my god.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Lack of cutoff prevention was a little disappointing, but that's okay.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last
Well,
collectible,
are you seeing, like, visual
the final
glitches on the
figurine,
stream?
right here by the red and blue doors.
Me?
This memory is the most
Yeah.
distinct and clear in my mind. Perhaps
no, I
because
don't think so.
it was the one that happened more recently
about
than all
Discord?
the others. Who can
Yes.
truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Well,
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards.
The doors are more pale
We'll do the
looking 'cause
memory
it's
zone
the
again from
memory
the opposite
zone.
direction. See how that feels.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
oh, that's fucked up.
What?
You were in the past on the thing.
Oh yeah.
It's a good touch.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video. Still don't
Make it
remember
the
the
thumbnail.
pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
So you.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Ugh.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
I have my reasons.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this? Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay. Go to the main menu. I think. Yes. Yes, that's exactly it.
Oh my god. billboard fire.
Hey, how do you like this, by the way?
What? Send it in stream voice. That's the one I have open.
Oh, okay, hello.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Cookie 9. Uncompromising gaming content.
Sending a message real quick.
Real web.
Jim, Stanley, Jim, Jim, Stanley, 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 Stanley,
You did it.
Stanley, 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 Stanley.
What the fuck? What is that?
The developers.
Oh.
Breaking Bad, Gustavo Fring.
Jim, Jim, Jim,
Found the only working Stanley button.
Jim,
Don't know where to go from here.
Keep going that way.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
More figlies.
Make sure you get them all. Especially the one on the left.
Why the one on the left?
I forgot that one once. It's out of the way. I didn't bother to get it. And I couldn't go back up.
You know what? I like Passion of the Paperwork. That's pretty good. Oh, that's great. Let's do it.
Yep. Yeah, you can play the game though. Okay,
All of his
so this
co-workers
pretty
were
much
gone. What could
that
it
pretty
mean?
much unlocked the game.
Stanley decided to
so
go to the meeting
all of the
room.
endings
Perhaps he
now
had
you can
simply
do
missed a
them.
memo.
There's different endings for bringing the bucket to places. There's different endings just in general. So it's up to you if you want to bring the bucket or if you want to leave it. Yeah, up to you. Your choice.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
exciting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Do we do it?
Sure.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried. The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Oh, you should have brought the bucket.
Oh fuck, you're right.
You can reboot
Change
it.
something?
Yeah. Also, if you finish this, you don't want to finish
All of his
it
co-workers were
because
gone. What could it mean?
if
Stanley
you do
decided
finish
to go to
it,
the meeting room. Warmth
it
spread
brings you
through
back
Stanley's
to
eyes.
the sequel
With
shit,
the
and then
bucket
you'd
in
have
his
to
arms
do
again, oh, new content? What
You
does
have
that
to
mean?
do,
New content.
you have to do the epilogue again to get the epilogue menus back. Unless you don't give a fuck. But the epilogue menus are pretty funny because they actually change. At least that's what happened to
Thank
me.
you for playing the Stanley Parable
So-
Ultra Deluxe.
Probably also gonna
As
have to
you
do
may
it.
know, the
How's it going
Stanley
through this
Parable
again?
was a video
Oh, no.
game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable
22.
Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Wait, Stanley, I've just now realized. That bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all. Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order. All right, let's see, it's the jump circle? The infinite hole, the giant door, did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game? Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes. You carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable. Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win. All of his co-workers were gone. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Dog mode.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his own. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it true. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Now.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Dark room?
Yeah.
It's not that, is it?
No. Yeah, it's in there.
Oh.
Now pick up the phone.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe
They
the
added
bucket
that
could speak
dog
to
button
him.
because if you got the whiteboard ending in the original game, there was a fucking... They wrote a console command on the whiteboard, which I think was... it was the right pointing caret, and then bark. But because you can't access a console, they just put a button on there.
Oh my god. That's great.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from, me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is this awful bucket, this stupid hunk of metal. It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. No, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
What the fuck?
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
See that settings thing. And then I'm probably going to get off this game. Quite a interesting expansion of the original Stanley Parable. I think everything that I've experienced so far has been new. Amazing.
Yeah.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Thank you for coming to my meeting.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
This achievement machine.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given. As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure, composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended.
It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the,
You get around there.
Well, we'll figure that out later.
I was just thinking about There Is No Game. There Is No Game is really good.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion Achievement. Well
Great job,
done.
you did it.
You've experienced
Look at the whiteboard.
every
Look at the whiteboard.
traveled to
Oh
all
my
corners of
God.
the Settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to...
Is in fact there. I couldn't tell you what it does. I don't know what it does
on
either.
some sort of
I don't know if it does
slider,
anything.
and that it'll be available from the settings menu.
Oh,
We'll
disgusting.
sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking
I'm gonna lose
forward
my
to trying
mind
out
if I
every
see
level of
fucking
bumpscosity in the
The
Stanley
emoji
Parable
guy,
2.
or like the village idiot icon somewhere.
I wish. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know what bumpscosity does at all. Oh well, that's fine.
It's your reward.
Alright, well I'm out of here. Actually, you know what? Let's see if it actually does increment our shit.
If it does what?
If it adds a sequel number.
It does.
I mean, yeah, I'd figure it does. I just want to see what that entails. A new kind of human condition.
I like that.
Oh my god. That means there must be unique backgrounds for all these increments, or well, most of them.
Yeah. There's obviously a shit ton left there too.
Yeah. It makes sense why it took 6 years to make this.
Yeah.
Moving it all over to Unity alone is huge.
Dude, yeah, there's so much stuff in this game.
Inspector 427.
They got like royalty-free music for these.
Amazing. I do wonder how those backgrounds are generated. Like if they're based on the words you give it. Wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, it probably is. Oh man, there was one in that last one that you had that you could literally Stanley's big.
I like Temple of Coworkers.
Stanley's big day out.
Yeah, well, I just thought that it wasn't acceptable,
The fuck?
file those reports.
Tumblr.
I'm gonna do one more. We're gonna get up to 7 and that'll be it. Revenge of the Sequel. I think Clay Stanley's my favorite Stanley yet. Gotta be something in these credits.
Do you know Doug Doug on YouTube?
What?
Do you know who Doug Doug on YouTube is?
Doug?
Yeah.
I don't know if I do.
He's the guy who does all of the, like, challenge videos where he uses his voice.
Engine
This guy?
porting. Oh, interesting. Doug.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've never heard of this person.
Yeah, that's Davey Raiden's brother.
Ah, interesting.
Which I did not know until yesterday.
Alex Hirsch was in this?
Yes.
Oh god. I don't think I've heard him yet, so that's gonna be interesting. Dominic Johan's just doing a bunch of stuff. Michael Cox.
Yeah.
Oh hey, you're awake.
Yeah, just woke up.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
Yeah, sorry, you're in Skyrim now. Ah, Kevin McLeod.
Look at all those tracks.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
It's for the main. It's for the main menu.
Typefaces. Created with Unity. Yeah, Gigapixel AI. Slideys player management solutions. Enhanced Ezargan.
Kevin Brighting.
My man, Kevin Brighting.
He's just the guy ever.
I love that he's just being Black Mesa. I didn't know Max SPD worked on that.
Yeah, he did. Shit, that's a name I haven't heard in so long.
Yeah. Campo Santo help. Oh, well, that makes sense, actually. Grand
Yeah.
PC, haven't heard that name in a while. Psionics. That's dope.
The Discord mods.
I'm just gonna see Little Jungo on this list somewhere.
I wish. I'm out there.
So that's the full credits. That's the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Well, it's a small slice of it. Hope y'all enjoyed the stream, and if you want more of this game, then I'm not streaming it ever again. Buy it and play it for yourself, you fucking assholes.